Hope everyone's having a good night. Please like and subscribe. I'm not a financial advisor, so please take my advice as you wish. Please do your research before you do anything, okay? This is your money. This is real life money. I don't want anybody hurting themselves or hurting anybody. Um, you got to know what you're getting yourself into. Most important, you got to do your research. So I want to let you guys know that this right here, we're going to talk about DNN. So the reason why I'm talking about this stock currently is because I was able to buy in today. I actually bought in at a very high price, sadly. Um, I did expect there was going to be a dip, but I personally didn't care because I do have more buying power. I have a lot of buying power, so I could just average down. And personally, I felt like, I wanted to put a nice bag and kind of keep the stock like, hey, listen, don't drop. I'm gonna put a big cash on this price right here, okay? Not saying they will or they do, but I don't know. I just did it because I feel there's something coming. And if you see my other videos, guys, I tend to be very good when I do predictions, and I really tend to do really good when I get these feelings. So about this company, for many of you guys do not know, DNN Mines, they are a Canadian company. Okay, I don't really know much about Canadians, other than they're our neighbors in the north, right? I'm an American. I'm from South Florida, but lately, over the years, Canadian stocks don't really benefit me in the long run for some odd reason. But there's something that this stock has that I really, really like. I've been watching this stock for a while in my watch list. I never got into it. I never invested because I kept reading the news. I kept reading the comments, the feeds, and I feel like when a company is still in the progress of that they still haven't opened up their product, you can say there's no reason why this thing is gonna blow, right? But lately, this month of October, they've been doing tremendous things, and I think that now is a good time to get in. So before anything, guys, let's look at the 1 month chart, okay? And as we can see here that we were at a low of $1.50 and we touched a high of $2.30. Guess my price of my average? Literally $2.30. So the highest point that this stock has ever been is my average share. A lot of people are going to say, you are insane. This stock has touched 19 cents. And yeah, it has. But you can't say what happened in 2020 is the same thing was happening now. And the reason why, guys, is this. When this thing was climbing, I had a nice bell for 180, 190. I saw the alarm. Sadly, I was at DJT. I had a lot of good gains. I was able to sell out. I don't want to keep saying it, but this is the reason why I'm in this stock. I've never done videos on DNN, but I've been watching, and for them to do this price action, this price difference, it brought me to my attentions because I like flipping. I like doing 2, 3, 4, 500 gains, and I feel this is the one. There's a lot of them. Listen, I got NNE right. I made over 30,000. I'm sorry, I don't want to say the number. I want people to feel bad, but I made over $30,000 in this stock. I literally made a lot of money. I bought like when it was at $3, like 6 months ago, almost a year ago. Literally there it is, $3, and I remember I sold like I think it was like 20 or something. I forgot, man. It was like the beginning almost of the year. It's like midway of the year, man. It was nearly like 6 months ago, you can say. I made nice product, and the reason why is I was up at night, 3 o'clock in the morning. I was munching up. Just came from a trip from Cali, brought some exotic shit, got the munchies, and this advertisement came out of nuclear energy. I thought it was like nuclear, like bombs and stuff. No, it was nuclear energy. So it's the new thing now. They're making nuclear energy, right? So energy can make energy, right? And I was like, started going to my stocks, and I like, let me look for something that says nuclear energy, and this pop up, and it was at $3. So I go ahead and I put a big bag in there. The next day the market opened. I think it was like a freaking Wednesday or Thursday. I don't even remember. And literally within I think like a month or like literally the same month, just weeks later, this thing just started blowing. I'm like, holy shit. And I did I think I sold at like 20 something. Yeah, I did the sell off. Like if it's reaches a certain price, sell. And I didn't write it out. I just sold at 20 something. I wanted just to get my 4 or 500 and get the hell out, right? So I made a nice almost a 10x there. So it was pretty good. I almost made a 9-8x, right? So I have a few more of those that I can talk, but this is the one that I feel will be the next one, right? DNN. I'm not here. I got it. I got paid to advertise these people. Nah, man, this is my real life money, right? And clearly, guys, I see good things happening. When you see a stock that has been doing this for the last literally years, right? Years, just went from a 19 cents, barely at the dollars. Now it's at dollars. Can't even bypass $2. Goes right back down. Goes to the low dollars. Go back up to the high dollars. Going towards the two. We had a crazy dip. When we were previously at the 240s, we had a dip towards the $1.40, and now we're finally climbing back up. The only difference is, guys, and what a lot of people need to understand is the fact that if you look at this from a 5-year chart, but if you put it towards an hour, right? There, an hour of a month, you can clearly see that we're having consolidation, but at the same time we're bouncing, we're climbing up the charts, right? So definitely this right here is something we should watch out for. And what really got my attention this morning, even though I bought it at a very high price, I don't really care, because if this thing decides to explode to $3, $4, $5, I doubt it matters if you bought it at $1.40, if you bought it at $2.30, if you bought it at $2.40. Listen, guys, I come from stocks that are worth $200-$300. Example, Tesla. I have a lot of shares in Tesla. Tesla doesn't cost $3, $5, costs nearly $220 right? So for me to see $2.20, say, oh, I'm gonna wait for this thing to drop $1.90. What the hell are you talking about? This thing explodes just to $3. You're already making nearly 15-20%. Like, chill out, dude. Takes time to get 20-30%. And bet what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold it and then it's gonna dip back. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But you guys get my idea. You can't be sometimes you gotta let the market eat. You gotta give them what they want. And I'm not saying I'm the reason why this stock decided to stay at this price. It's not, and I'll tell you why. But it's always good to buy. It's like there's times, guys, I feel very generous and I don't buy dips. I buy pops. Literally, like, example, let's say we're here, right? And this thing just popped to like $2. I'll literally buy. Just because I like the new price I'm gonna buy again, and I feel like that's gonna do something good for myself, emotions. I don't know, but guys, it tends to help me in the long run, right? It kind of motivates me, and it determines what's the worth that I'm holding, right? A lot of people don't know what they're holding. People be like, all right, this is $2, but if tomorrow's $1, it's $1. Nah, some people, they buy something at 40 cents and they're like, this shit's worth $2. I'm gonna wait till it's $2, and they actually wait, and it happens. Sometimes you gotta be very patient. So let's look into the news, guys. Clearly, we don't have a lot of repetition daily news, but I mean, by repetition, I mean like we're constantly getting new stuff coming in. But we did have a lot of repetition. Currently, DNN was able to get approved, or one of their phases, they were actually able to approve, and they got nearly 20% of outstanding common share of this company called Foremost Clean Energy. This is also a Canadian company. If you look into the company, it's like 2 employers. They're a uranium and a lithium corporation. They go and buy uranium and they buy lithium. So for this company that dedicate themselves to buying lithium and buying uranium and get nearly 70% of DNN's mining for lithium, for uranium, for an exchange of 20% of their own company, it's an A plus. It's a win-win for both companies, because it's like, hey, I own 20% of your company and you own 70%, or you have 70% of my mines. Yeah, 70% of my mines, but we're not talking about which mines. It's like 70% mines. So of course they didn't get really on the details, but just by knowing that two companies are nearly at the same price, right? Um, Both giving themselves power gives you somewhat of a clear understanding that they're preparing themselves, they're getting ready, right? They're buying now when things are low. Cause guys, I don't know if you guys know, but let's search it up. What's uranium? If I could spell it correct, what is uranium for? Just in case you guys don't know, right? Because I kind of have an idea, but I feel it's a lot more, right? So uranium is a radioactive element with many uses, including nuclear fuel. So I don't know if you guys know, like I told you, it's future, right? Nuclear weapons, nuclear fuel. You need energy, right? Electricity, all this good stuff, right? So nuclear power plants, right? So uranium is like literally the fuel for these plants. So a company that dedicate themselves, and they have and not only they produce it, they have mines that have who knows how much of this uranium, right? So that's years and years of production, right? It's a lot of cash flow coming in. Could be used for nuclear weapons. So I don't know if you guys know, but there's a lot of things going on. So a lot of talks about nuclear weapons. Trump, believe it or not, Trump likes to talk a lot about the military, and I'm sure he likes to, get involved in the military. And I'm sure that in the future, or in the near future we're already in, nuclear weapon is a very big thing, and uranium will definitely be one of those go-tos. And the relationship that the United States have with Canada is definitely an A plus for us. It's like saying Cuba and United States. We don't get along. It's like, all right, if Cuba has the biggest uranium mines, doesn't matter. We can't go over there, right? But Canada's different. Canada, we can negotiate, and I'm sure Canada also needs uranium, right? And I'm sure other people are gonna buy off Canada. Radiation shielding. So uranium can also shield you from radiation. So think about that. Just think about that. Uranium not only fuels, can create weapons, but it can protect you from radiation, right? Armor piercing weapons. So depleted uranium can use as a projectile in armor piercing weapons. So I'm guessing you can make some tanks out of uranium almost, right? Medical isotopes. So uranium is used to produce isotopes for medical purposes. So it could also be used in the medical field. Colorant. Uranium was used to add a yellow color to ceramic glazes in the Roman Empire. So believe it or not, uranium could be used to paint yellow. Make yourself look like a king in the Roman times, right? Tinting. Uranium was used for tinting in the early photography. It's like there's so many things you can do with uranium. Uranium is a naturally occurring element that's found in rock, soil, water, and even in the human body. So you guys already know in DNN, once they run out of those mines, they're going to start using their employees. It's about 500 times more common than gold. So just imagine DNN has a mine of uranium, and it's 500 times more common than gold. Meaning, if they have a lot of uranium, says it all, guys. It's more common than gold. So clearly you want gold more, but being so common now gives you a question. What's the quality, right? So we want to know what are the qualities of uranium, because I don't know if you guys know, but Teslas don't go for far. They have an estimation of 100,000 miles, right? So what are the qualities of your, and the reason I say that is because I don't know if you guys know, but you can't take a Tesla made, example, guys, you can't take a car that was made in 1974 and balance it out with a car that's made in 2025. Technology is not the same, motor power is not the same. There's big differences, right? So the quality of uranium. So uranium is radioactive, dense, malleable, and ductile with several qualities that make it useful for many purposes. So you get a lot of types of uranium, right? You get the, I guess you can melt it. There's the electrical. It's a poor conductor of electricity. So there's some uranium that can conduct electricity. So guys, I don't know. I'm going crazy right now, but technically we get an idea, guys. So a stock, a company that has mines of pure uranium. It's like, what is uranium? And there we have it, right? And what is it used for? And the quality. So a lot of people don't know, but DNN has these mines and they're actually high quality uranium. I don't know where I read it. I know it's 100% somewhere in here, but you know, it clearly gives you an idea. And one thing I really wanted to let you guys know, that when I was going down the news here and there, I saw that there was a lot of price targets that this stock was giving. Late September. Currently, we're not that far away from late September. We're only like what, nearly 20 days of far out, you can say. They gave a price of $3.25 per share. So it's good to know that not even a month ago they said that the price target should be at 325, yet for some odd reason we clearly have an idea that's exactly where it might be going. So to buy a stock at this price, knowing it still has almost $1 more to go, it sounds like a plan to me, right? And on top of that, guys, like I said, they're buying off. They're getting customers. They're getting investors. They're getting people to get into their mines. 'Cause that's one thing, guys. When you have all these mines, you're not just gonna go and mine it all yourself. You need companies. You need organizations to get in your mines. They could work your mines, right? These companies that are gonna start mining their mines, believe it or not, they're gonna do their job. They're gonna make sure that everything's is in order, because companies are going to start mining for this uranium. They're going to use their machinery, they're going to use their tools, they're going to use their employers. We don't know, but I'm guessing, right? So when you get a company like this and they start looking for investors, and they start looking for these other companies, and they're specifically looking for companies that only look for these specific sources, they're literally telling you that they're not just looking for anybody to take their money. They're legitimately looking for investors that are gonna only benefit them, but they're actually gonna buy a product that they're actually selling. So a lot of companies, they might do these deals and they might do this, but at the end it's just BS. They're not there for the good reasons. They're there to really just screw everything up, take as much money as they can and get out, right? It's happened a lot. So it's good to know. So my analysis for tomorrow, guys, will be that we expect to see another leg up. I do expect another leg up. I don't see a reasoning why this stock should go any lower. Because after having a nice pop, we started consolidating, right? We didn't have a pop and kept having a pop. We kind of had a pop, consolidated, had a pop, consolidated, and now we're consolidating again. So tomorrow should be very good, guys. It's Friday. Let's hope that if we do dip by any chance, we'll just keep averaging down. We have somewhat an idea that the price should be at what they said about nearly 20 days ago, give or take. Should be at $3.25. So we clearly have $1 to go. Alrighty, guys. Hope you guys enjoy. I'm not a financial advisor. Take my financial advice as you wish. Have fun and enjoy.